Today, the Beatles get the rock band treatment, and we go hands-on with Tomb Raider Underworld.
Coming up, we go hands-on with the new demo of Tomb Raider Underworld and learn why Lara Croft has no respect for England's tough anti-gun laws.
Plus,
let's go over to Morgan, who can solve puzzles and host at the same time.
I am very talented. Lara Croft is back and rendered better than ever in Tomb Raider Underworld, thanks to a brand new engine designed specifically for the game. Now, this time around, the treasure hunter is in search of Thor's hammer, but will it allow her to transform into a mild-mannered doctor with a limp? Well, we're going to find out. Let's go hands-on. Tomb Raider Underworld features interactive environments, dynamic lighting, a new melee combat system, and plenty of adrenaline-filled action. With a journey that takes Lara Croft from Thailand all the way to the jungles of Mexico, expect a variety of deadly enemies, signature acrobatic abilities, and the most challenging puzzles to date. Joining us today, creative director at Crystal Dynamics, Eric Lindstrom. Thank you so much for coming by and bringing us Tomb Raider Underworld. All right, so let's get a quick tutorial on the story. Where are we right now?
So what Lara's doing is she's going out and finding out that the Norse mythology is real, just based on some fact, and she finds out that there's a way to find Thor's hammer, and she goes out after it.
I would go after Thor's hammer. I got a lot of pictures to hang in my house. So where are we right now?
This is in Mexico, southern Mexico, and she has found the Mayan underworld of Xibaba.
And the Mayan underworld of Xibaba is apparently full of arachnids.
It is, big ones and small ones.
So let's talk a little bit about the combat system that she's going to use to fight off this arachnid horde. Not that I approve of killing spiders.
No, but you can use a tranquilizer gun if you want to put them to sleep.
Oh, awesome, I'm going to do that.
What she can do is she can split up her guns. She can fire at two at the same time. She can use...
So she's doing a lot of auto-targeting right now, so the player's not going to be responsible for trying to move two reticles around.
Right,
okay.
but they can switch targets if they want.
Okay.
And they can also decide to shoot at only a single target if they really want to get this one spot.
So what is that move that she's doing right there?
That's an adrenaline headshot or kill shot, where you can opt in when you have full adrenaline to do that slow motion, steer the reticle into the head and get a kill. So
when I'm doing an action move, and I built that up by just doing combat moves, then I have to manually start my action moment.
Right.
And then what else? What other actions do I need to take as a player at that point?
So what you want to do is just get up to the enemy and vault on it. And once you vault on it, you can just opt in with the button press, and then it's steering the reticle after that.
So I need to press button and then I have to steer the reticle. So if I mess up those two steps, then I'm not going to pull off my action move.
Right. You can either vault and just run off the other side, or in fact, if you don't have a full adrenaline meter, that's exactly what you'll do. So they have the combat, and then let's talk about melee combat, because there is that element in this game as well. What happens is she's often overwhelmed by very fast, aggressive enemies, and even though she can split up her targets, you still can't manage that much aggression. So she can kick. If she's holding an object, she can use it as a club, and that'll knock back the enemies and buy her a little time.
Okay, so now this game is about combat, but it's also, this one's a lot about the puzzles. So how are you going to use the tools in the environment to solve the puzzles?
So this is a puzzle complex that we're in right now. The Lords of Xibaba would often test people before they'd let them in their city, but in fact, they didn't really want to test them to let them in. They wanted to kill them. And so what you're doing is you're taking these thrones, you're turning them, you're moving them, you're using these scepters to get them to operate, and it's actually an elaborate puzzle complex to get through all the traps and open the door to beyond.
And what kind of climbing can I do here? I see I'm scaling the walls, which is a pretty nifty trick.
She can do everything she has been able to do in the past, but a lot more. She can free climb on walls when there are handholds. She can kind of wall shimmy along shallow ledges. She can do a lot more with her grapple. She can rappel up and down walls and more.
And so I'm gonna need to do a lot of grappling to be able to solve the puzzles.
Yes, there's a lot more functionality of the grapple now than ever before. It's actually really a physics object now.
And so how is the combat and the puzzles balanced? Am I going to be mostly puzzling? Am I going to be mostly fighting?
Everything is paced appropriately, so what you get is combat as a surprise element and a challenge. It's still mostly an exploration discovery game with the combat coming in to spice things a bit.
And we can talk about vehicles too. I know she's got some wheels.
Yep. She brought her motorcycle. In fact, she brought her motorcycle here to Mexico. And it's an all-terrain vehicle that she uses in places that are appropriate for driving.
Is this an appropriate place for driving?
Actually, it is not. That's how she got here, so she still has it.
And we can talk about, I want to know about the downloadable content that's going to be available.
We are going to have some. We're going to talk about it soon.
And right now we have, ooh, just squished him. Right now we're looking at insects. What kind of other enemies are we going to be seeing?
In terms of enemies, there are small spiders, big spiders, bats, but we have other insects and birds and whatnot that are pure ambient. They're not enemies, they're just part of the environment.
All right, when are we going to see it on shelves?
It's going to be November 18th.
November 18th, we can't wait. Thank you so much for stopping by. Right now, we're going to head back over to Adam.